To find the y-intercept of a graph really comes down to a very simple idea. A y-intercept is defined as the time when the graph hits the axis, this one right here. Okay? Well, that is where x is equal to 0. So whatever function we have, if we just think about plugging 0 in, what do we get? That's the y-intercept. Now certainly we've had some problems from your past, something like this, where you maybe just right away identify, okay, the y-intercept is 2, but let's think about what I said, where it's essentially what you get when you plug in 0. So if you plugged 0 in for x, you'd say 3 times 0 plus 2, well, that is 2. So that's why it's this point right here. When x is 0, y is 2. But then this also works for bigger equations. So if you said, y is equal to negative x cubed plus 3x squared minus 7x plus 4, you could say, well, if I plug 0 in, what do I get? Of course, 0 cubed plus 3 times 0 squared minus 7 times 0, all of that is 0. So you just end up with 4. So for this example, you'd say, okay, when x is 0, y is 4. That's where it gets through the axis. So a lot of times when things are written like this in standard form, the number that does not have an x multiplier is your y-intercept, for the simple reason that when we're plugging in 0 for x, it's the only thing that's not getting multiplied by 0. But this idea works great when we have things that aren't written in standard form as well, when they're written in factored form. So, for example, something like this. We could say x minus 4 and x plus 2, like that. You'd say, well, if I plugged 0 in, 0 minus 4, 0 plus 2, well, 0 minus 4 is negative 4, and 0 plus 2 is 2. So the y-intercept is negative 8. And you could do this with bigger things like x minus 3 squared, x plus 1, x minus 2, maybe some bigger factored function. You could say plugging in 0 for x, well, negative 3 squared, 1, and negative 2. Negative 3 squared is 9. I'm just going to write that below it. 9 times 1 times negative 2 is negative 18. So it's a little more work when we're in factored form, but the idea remains the same. Remember, this is the key, that you know that x is going to be 0, so if you plug 0 in for x, what do you get? And that is where you'll hit this axis. That's how you find the y-intercept. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe for more math help.